Alright, so either A, you have had a storm come through your property, or you've had, in this case, some loggers log your land and not clean it up at all. And you've decided to rent an excavator or even buy one if there's enough of a mess, and you're going to clean it up yourself. One thing you can do to help yourself make your burn piles not quite as big, like what I'm doing for this customer, is I'm making little, I call them burn bundles, which are small enough bundles that are easily burned with a person that doesn't have a machine. So I'm just clearing his property on a daily rate, making these burn bundles so he can just burn these small little piles at a time. So now, one way I make these burn bundles is I grab a tree and I drag it out to where I can see the butt. And just depending on how big you want your burn bundle to be, you come down, I usually go about 10 to 15 feet. I grab the tree, and all my burn bundles will always be near a stub, which is just a tree. Let me raise this up to where you guys can, you probably won't be able to hear me as good. But, so you can see, I've got a stem there, and it's got to be big enough, because if it's not, it's got to be bigger than the tree you're trying to break. Otherwise, you're going to pull that tree down on yourself. So what I try to do is have that edge of that bucket up and down. That way it's more like a cutting edge. And then you use your leverage to just pull on it. Okay, and most of the time, the piece that you put against that stem won't turn loose. You can just keep moving. And then of course it did that time, but that's okay because I stopped. In an ideal world, it keeps following you. Just like that, and it'll drop down onto the pile you're making. And then you can pull that piece on a little bit more. So that's how you break wood with a excavator. It's the most convenient way that I have found to make these little burn piles. And you can do a pretty big tree. It depends on how big a machine you got. Now that's a white oak right there. So I've probably got to reach down and grab it to where it's only about 6 inches in diameter. Let's see if it'll break it. And wear, you know, safety glasses, because the screens on these machines usually aren't Lexan. Well, that's convenient. Broke behind the bucket. Just like that. And this guy's had, I think, 12 acres logged, so this will take a while. You just rake your tree. Now another way to get it lined up, when it's long ways like that, use your thumb and then lift up on it until that stem is extending outside your bucket. And then when you squeeze it, it'll squeeze that stem that way. And then you can just reach out, get a hold of it, pull a little bit closer. Now another thing I'll do is I don't grab between those little limbs. I always grab on the outside and fold them in. And that way you don't have this springy little piece of wood just sticking out there going to do whatever it wants to. So now we're going to grab it. I'm going to idle up so I got more power. And don't ease against it. Pull your handle, whichever one is controlling that forearm, all the way. Grab it where you want it to break. all these little stems, if they catch on something, they can spring in on you, just like that one. So, see this one? It's getting ready to do it. So we're gonna put our screen down here. Did you see how it went down? You've got to be ready for that. Wood is and trees in general, I'm convinced that they're designed to hurt humans. And I'll just build this little burn bundle up all around that stem, and that way when we get ready to burn it, it'll just burn that stem down. Won't have to worry about it. Well, that one's hung on something. All these little limbs, I'm telling you. I got smacked in the nose by one a couple of months ago. I'm pretty sure it broke it, but I had blood all over this thing, so. And I was actually outside the machine when that happened. I had a big bundle of stuff gripped in the bucket, and I was having to haul it off, so I had to get out, and I was sawing it, and that pressure, that thing springed and busted my nose wide open. And it happens. Now see, like right here, if I pull on that one, anything, all those limbs going off the backside are going to want to swing around onto me, and I'll show you. See the way it's going? You got a lot of tree right there that's getting ready to come on around, so pull him out away from you. Go ahead and grab the tree and squeeze it to break those. That way you don't have as much energy build up in them. Just go ahead and break them, just like that. Some of these, you know, this is a 20,000 pound machine, so it's not no little bitty light deal. Break him again. You've got to watch every one of those limbs, because every one of them are out to hurt you. A tree is not necessarily a defenseless little creature. See how it springs? If I just had one of those, it would break easier, but I'm wanting to break them and keep them all together. Now see, I didn't get that one, but it's broke near the split, so it's not going to spring as bad. See how it pivots? Now the whole time I'm doing this, I'm watching every one of these limbs. I just busted this glass out, and it was about $500 last week. So I really don't want to have to bust any more glass. It's expensive. And I was watching for it. I was watching it, and it was the one that I just didn't see. If you do this business enough, you'll break stuff. It's just part of it. You're not going to avoid it. So, let's see if we can reach these here. That one don't even need to be broke. See, like this one snuck out on me. Now the other thing is, when you grab something like this and the ends of it are inside of that pile, you may be able to swing and break them, but there's a good chance it's going to break and spring. So watch. Every one of those are getting loaded with, you know, potential energy. So what I'd rather do is just pull it all the way out, just like that. Swing it up and over that stem. Size it up. Grab the whole bundle, keeping it together so all your burn bundle will be tight. Did you see how that one was doing? Anytime you're dealing with entangled brush, it's a dangerous thing. You've got to watch every movement, and as soon as you see something moving towards you, watch out, because it is gonna get you. Alright, that's got this area. So, hopefully this video will help some of you guys with your cleanup project. Now we got a nice little burn bundle here. It's not even a tall one, really. So what I would recommend doing before we wind this video out is just reach out, grab the bundle, because a fire, for it to burn really good and hot, you want it pretty compact, but with enough fluff to where it can breathe. So we're going to pull this slowly toward ourselves, Because if there's something in there and it's starting to get pressure on it, when it turns loose, it's moving. And it's not going to stop until it hits something harder than it. So I squeeze that bundle, just like that, pull a little bit away from the road. And I'm going to squeeze it as hard as I can to condense it this way. But then I'm just going to slowly drop it so it fluffs upwards. And that is how you make a bundle. Just for the fun of it, let's see if we can break it again. I've broke some pretty good bundles with this size of machine. Now I'm going to get myself anchored in. Now I'm going to use 2 controls. I'm going to really rip into this sucker. We got some of it. Now see, I'm not going to get any closer than that. Now it's hung. We're not going to just quit. We're going to back off a little and then slam into it. Back off. Now we're going to really get some momentum. There you go. You guys just be careful out there. Go out, have some fun with these burn bundles and cleaning up your property. Don't be afraid to rent a machine. It doesn't take a lot to learn one. You know, just take your time. And I always say, just rent you a little 4,000 or 5,000 pound machine the first time, because they're cheap to rent and the operations are the same. They're exactly the same. The main difference is the heavier your machine is, the more you can aggressively handle material. And really, to me, a bigger, heavier machine is safer. Also, the reach is longer, so you can manage this stuff farther away from the cap. So again, you guys have a great day. Go out, do something with your property. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And I'd appreciate it if you'd like, and definitely subscribe to my channel. I'd like to keep making these videos the best that I can make them, and the only way I can do that is if you guys comment and tell me what you like, dislike, what you hate, what you'd like to see more of. So we'll see you guys on the next video, and again, have a great day.